Welcome back to Cosmic Kickback, the galaxy's favorite talk show. As always, I'm your host, Nick, joined by my co-host, Joshua.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, guys? We are back. We're posting this episode on Friday rather than Monday, which we normally do. We know we took a little bit of a break. Josh had to lock in, bro. He's in school right now.
Yeah, Nick had to tap out.
Hey, bro, I just been chilling. I've been waiting to record. We got a really good movie to talk about today. We're going to be talking about The Substance. This just came out, I think I want to say like 2 weeks ago. Right? Like it's been out like mid-September.
Maybe a little bit over a week.
Yeah.
Nah, no way.
But
was it mid-September? No way.
It could be.
Damn.
But
look it up.
We both caught it at Alamo Draft House recently. They have a thing called Fantastic Fest, which is when they show like their you know, like they're not huge franchise movies. They're kind of ones that come out of like film festivals, but they get, you know, they get released. And one thing that got me really excited about this movie is it won the Best Screenplay Award at Cannes, which, if y'all don't know what Cannes is, it's like the crazy film festival over in Italy. So that got me hype on it. But yeah, we're going to talk about that movie. First, we got some news. I got a list pulled up here, and we're going to just try to fire through it. So the first piece of news is Maggie Smith, who's most prominently known as playing Professor McGonagall in Harry Potter, passed away at the age of 93, I believe.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. You hate to see it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Seeing all like I know we lost Alan Rickman a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
And then the guy who played I'm forgetting his name, but Hagrid as well passed away. And people were saying it's crazy because the day that she died, I think it was the 27th. It was a year ago exactly when the actor who played Dumbledore passed away.
I did see that. That's just
which is kind of
insane.
freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I saw people at Universal, like the little Harry Potter world. They were doing that thing where they raised their wands and shit, which I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, rest in peace. Dude, she's cemented as the GOAT.
Yeah, she's been in a couple other things. She was in Downtown Abbey. I don't know if you ever watched that, Nick.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that show.
Downton? I don't think it's Downtown. Downton.
Yeah, I think it is Downton.
Yeah, and then she's also in Hook. Right. In Hook, with Robin Williams, back in the 90s.
Oh yeah, from the 90s.
Yeah, before your time, Nick.
Hey, I still saw it though. All right.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Maggie Smith. You will be missed.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next piece of news is the opening weekend of Megalopolis is in, dude. The numbers are in. And people are calling it Megaflopolis. Apparently, Borderlands made more money in its opening weekend, which we know was not a lot because it got pulled like almost immediately. It made more money than Megalopolis, and they both had the same budget of about 120 million, give or take.
That's actually insane. I'm actually gonna fact check that, Nick, because that's wild.
Dude,
are you saying domestically or like just
domestically?
Okay, domestically.
Yeah, domestically, Borderlands somehow did better. Please
see.
Fact check that, bro. Yeah, look at Box Office Mojo.
Borderlands made in its first Friday to Sunday time frame, first opening weekend, 8.6 million.
That is not a lot. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's pretty small. Let's compare it to Megalopolis.
Dude, it had to have made more. Come on, dude. It's Francis Ford Coppola. If there's no way it made more.
It made 4 million. It
Holy
did.
Shit, bro.
Yeah.
You're telling me Borderlands made double of what Megalopolis did?
That's actually insane.
Well, dude, I told you I was thinking about seeing it like a couple times this past week.
Yeah, see.
And both times I looked at it, like the theaters were nearly empty.
Yeah, see, but people like you were the reason why it's getting 4 million.
Dude, shut up. Have you seen it? I would let you talk like this if you'd seen it, bro. But you haven't seen it either.
Yo, I've been busy, bro. But hey, look,
dude.
But you were like, hey, I looked at the show two times this week, and I was just like, I got tired. Like, see, bro, like dude. That's the reason, bro.
Bro, I just couldn't make time to be an opening weekend. I don't know. Like Coppola doesn't have the pool of like the MCU, bro, where people are like, bro, we got to be there opening weekend, you know?
Well, like dude, it's insane because like I saw on TikTok and it was like these people being like, oh, this is me before seeing Megalopolis, and then they're like, oh, what do you think it's gonna be? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like optimistic, bro. I mean, it's Coppola, and then like it like just hard cuts to like them after, and then they're just like their face is just like, dude, like I have no idea what the fuck like he's doing, bro. Someone was like, Somebody said like, "Hey, bro, like it might be time to hang it up, bro. Like sometimes you just get too old, brother." And I was just like, "Damn, bro, like holy shit!" Like everyone's shitting on it, but the thing is, there's some people out there, and they might just be those like pretentious people that like to like be contrarians. So you never know. But some people out there are genuinely saying like, you know what? I see the vision. Like this brother's a visionary. There's like, hey, within 10 years, like this gonna be a cult classic. Y'all gonna see. So like, I don't know, like I'm intrigued because if you look at the letterbox, although the average is like 2.5 or something, if you look at like the bar graphs, it is extremely spread out. Like it's not like how most of the movies have a genuine consensus where there's like 3 of the bar graphs.
Yeah, it's like a slope.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. This one is like up and down, like from like half star up to 5 star. So like it's so diverse in what people think of it that I'm not gonna lie, despite its bad opening weekend, which like losing to Borderlands is crazy, like, but despite that, I'm still interested in to see it. Like I'm still probably gonna see it.
Yeah, I think I'm still gonna see it too, just because it's Coppola, and also because like, I mean, when am I also gonna be alive when this dude drops a movie like now?
This is probably gonna be his last movie, bro.
Yeah, for real. Unless we're getting Megalopolis too, you don't know. The post credit scene.
Dude, stop. Yeah, you know what, Nick? You might miss out on that. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I probably will. Can you imagine he puts a post credit scene and he's like, "Yeah, this is actually it's a franchise. It's coming."
Wait,
the Adam Driver universe.
What'd you do if Adam Driver is like sitting like in his house at the end of post credit scene, and then like Nick Fury just walks in, and it just cuts to black, bro.
He's like, "Are you Adam Driver?" No,
God, bro.
Jeez. I mean, hey, now we definitely got to go see it, because if this movie flopped worse than Borderlands, that means it doesn't mean it's worse, but a lot of people didn't go see it. I think that's normally when they pull movies from like Showtime, or not pull them from the Showtimes, but that's an insane, like, dude, how did Borderlands beat him? Like, that's an insane number to look at. 4 million.
Yeah, I have no idea, bro, but all I
wonder
know,
if it's gonna make its money back.
Oh God, no way.
Yeah.
What's insane is the movie had like 120 million budget. I heard most of it was like from Coppola himself, that he like financed himself for through his like wine company.
Wait, he funded it like mostly himself then?
Yeah, like
so he's gonna be losing like.
This is all out of his pocket, pretty much.
Jeez. Well, that kind of makes me feel even more bad, so I might go see it. I mean, twice now, bro.
Dude, imagine funding a movie that expensive out of your pocket, and then 4 million opening weekend.
Yeah, that's wild, bro.
Hey,
you should have cooked.
Imagine like 3 weeks from now, we just see a spike, bro, and he gets 50 million one random weekend.
Dude, that's gonna be. There's no way that happens. It's always either opening weekend and movie does it. That's when it has to perform its best. I think it's either gonna make less than 4 million going forward, dude, or it's gonna just like steadily flop. I mean, it pretty much has already flopped, bro.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, let's stop talking about it. We'll bring it. We'll come back and review Megalopolis. I promise y'all.
Yeah, this will be a review as soon as Nick locks in.
Dude, I will. I'll stay for the post credit, dude. I'm even if I'm not sure. All right, moving on to the next piece of news. We got Green Lantern casting news. For Hal Jordan. I know there's a different. Wait, is Hal Jordan the black one or no? He's the white the original. Okay. So Kyle Chandler.
I thought Jon Stewart was the original. Like that's the black one was the original for me, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I always just remember the one from the JLE.
I just remember it because I remember in the old like Justice League cartoon they had Jon Stewart originally, and I was like, oh hell yeah, like that's Green Lantern right there.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking about the other Justice League.
God, you're trying to gentrify our Green Lanterns, bro. That's insane.
Hey, bro. I don't know why they made 2, bro. Maybe they were like,
dude, there's more than just 2. There's hundreds, bro.
Well, yeah, it's a core actually. There's aliens and shit.
For me, the original Green Lantern was Jon Stewart, which is the black one. But Hal Jordan is the pilot, the one that Ryan Reynolds played.
Yeah. Oh God. Dude, that movie is terrible. Well, we got some good news. Kyle Chandler
Okay.
is cast as Hal Jordan for the Green Lantern movie that's going to be at DC Studios. Actually, I don't know if it's going to be a movie or a show. I don't really know how they're going to do things, but he's been in films like Super 8. Let me look up his filmography, because if y'all just look up Kyle Chandler, like, y'all probably know him. He's been in Bloodline, Manchester by the Sea, The Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, he was the FBI guy in The Wolf of Wall Street, remember?
Okay.
He's like on the boat trying to like he's getting bribed by Leo's character.
Dude, yeah.
So yeah, some people had mixed reviews about this because like the dude, I'm looking at his age, he's 59. I'm wondering if they're gonna have him kind of be the present Green Lantern just for a little, and then he's gonna like step off and they'll have a new one come in. Like Jon Stewart, like that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think what they're doing, I think they're doing a reverse of what they typically do, or at least from what I don't know. I'm not the biggest Green Lantern fan when it comes to like the comics, but all of my knowledge kind of comes from the old like animated series, and I swear what they did back then is Jon Stewart was like the first like Green Lantern from like the Earth, and then he kind of plays like a mentorship role to like Hal Jordan. I think they're flipping it, and now Hal Jordan is gonna be like the one that's been Green Lantern for a while. So he's older, and then they're gonna cast a. Actually, I'm reading a thing right now. It says they're gonna cast like a younger, less known actor that will be playing Jon Stewart, one of DC's first black heroes. So they're gonna flip it.
Bro, Aaron Pierre from Rebel Ridge should be him.
I saw people saying that, yeah.
Dude, oh my god, man. He could be a good. I like that though. I like this idea of having like older actors kind of come in and be like, yeah, like he's been this hero for a while. And like, even though y'all haven't seen it, this world has still existed. And then, bring in someone younger in to play Jon Stewart, I think is a cool idea. Flipping it is a smart idea.
Yeah, I like it. I'm excited because
I like the casting
I like
too.
Jon Stewart,
Yeah, you're saying that's the one that you grew up with.
Yeah, so I'm hyped to see him, like, because I've only ever seen him as like the like fully like fledged like a Green Lantern. It'd be cool to see him be like, oh, like he's the newcomer.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see that play out on screen.
And Aaron Pierre, that dude has like some insane fucking eyes, bro. Like the way the dude just stares at you, like he reminds me of like, have you seen that TikTok of the dude in the forest and he's like, you need to manifest like your power. And he's just staring, and then someone's like, oh, excuse me, and he like looks at them and they're like, ah, and they scream at him because he looks so intense. Yeah, that's what Aaron Pierre looks like, bro. Like that's the vibe I get from him.
Jeez, I think he could be a good casting. He could be a good casting for sure. I hope they do, because I think before Rebel Ridge, he's been on a couple other things, but not that much. And I think he's like still very early 30s, so it could be a good casting. It's right there, bro. I don't know if sometimes casting directors like go online and see people fan cast, and they're just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it just because like giving into the pressure.
Honestly, if I was, and I would try to intentionally not fan cast or like go for the popular fan cast, just because I'm like, man,
yeah, give someone else a chance.
Fuck these fans, bro.
Y'all didn't like the last movie? Nah.
We'll get, like, it's just like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's because they always fan cast the same like 5 people, bro. Like it's always Tom Holland. It's always what's his name? The guy in Tenet.
Robert Downey.
The guy in Tenet. What's his name? Is it John?
David John Washington. Yeah, David John Washington.
It's always him. I see so many fan casts for him as like any black character ever. Like it's like, oh, get him, bro.
Yeah, John Boyega.
Yeah, oh yeah, or John Boyega. It's always them, bro. Like I'm like, dude, let's get some like new faces in here, bro. Like not that they're not good, but like I'm like, I need to see. I don't know. I just think what I really loved about the MCU when it started off is besides like Robert Downey, obviously. But even then, I was a kid. So at the time, I didn't know any of these actors, Like, I didn't know who Chris Hemsworth was. When Chris Hemsworth actually got the role, he wasn't even, like, as big as his brother was a bigger actor than him.
Yeah, he was doing, like, Hunger Games or whatever.
Exactly, yeah. So, like, he was, like, an unknown. And so was, like, Tom Hiddleston, to my knowledge, who was trying to get Thor and he ended up getting Loki. But like they're good and like now they're like huge stars, you know, they're great actors. I think we need more of that, bro. Like let's get people that are just like locked in and like give them a chance. Like we don't need like these A-list people to play all these new characters, because at a certain point I just see the actor and I don't see the character.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like when you do, as a casting director, like I'm not one, but I'm sure there's so much more that goes into than just looks and like acting ability, like scheduling. If they can get along with people, like just
Yeah,
I'm sure there's so many
it's
more
probably
things, but
like the chemistry tests and stuff too. Like I know they did that
yeah.
with Superman and who they got with Lois, because
Mhm.
what they probably do for like I think they get like a top 5 candidates or something, and then they're like, all right, let's get this one Superman and let's have him like do a chemistry test with like our 5 ideas for Lois and see which of them like they have chemistry with, and then they do that with each person, you know what I mean, over and over between, like, so Lois then goes of all 5 of the Supermen, and then they're like, okay, these were the ones that I think stood out. They both had chemistry with each other, and like those are like some of our top picks. So I think that's what they got to do.
Yeah. Like there's so much more than just like going online, looking up your favorite actor and being like, yeah, he could do this. Like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
It's always Tom Holland, bro, and Zendaya.
It is Tom Holland, bro, so many times. I just see him as Spider-Man. It's crazy.
Bro, they made him Nathan Drake, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that was a terrible cast.
Even worse than that is Mark Wahlberg as Sully, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, dude, they should have had. I don't know, bro. I could low-key see Kyle Chandler be like Sully, and then maybe I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone. I don't want to say Liam Hemsworth because he has like the face shape of Nathan Drake, but I don't think really the face.
Like
Like
I'm
the
fine with
features.
any. I honestly I don't care if the person looks like Nathan Drake. I think they just need to have that like charisma, because Nathan Drake is a very like charismatic character. He's like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I need that from him more so than looks. But Tom Holland, although he like is charismatic, I think he just doesn't. He looks too young. I think that's
Bro,
what it
got no
is.
beard, got
Yeah,
nothing,
he's
no
too
bitches.
young. I need
No.
someone no bitches. I think I like, even though Tom Holland's like older, I think he just looks too young. Like I need someone that looks like they're actually like that, like, you know, like the age.
Yeah, I don't know. And also the movie, I get it's supposed to be like a prequel because like Sully doesn't have the mustache. It's really weird, that whole Uncharted movie, bro.
They're not even gonna give him the mustache, bro. Like I
Yeah.
know they're not. Like I hope they don't make another one, but if they do, I just know Mark Wahlberg's like, I'm not going with no mustache. God.
Jeez.
Anyway,
He's like, I'm not doing it, guys.
what's the next piece of news?
All right. We're actually gonna go into some more DC news.
Okay.
So DC Studios announced, and this is confirmed by James Gunn, that an animated Robin or team up of Robins film about Dick Grayson and Jason Todd is in the works.
I heard about this.
The working title is The Dynamic Duo. What's new to me is actually I just found out this is animated. I thought it was going to be live action, but this sounds cool. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm intrigued about it too. I don't know if you saw. They've already confirmed what animation production studio or whoever it is that they're working with, and it's actually kind of interesting. I don't know their name right now. This was on you because you got the news. So,
Bro,
no, I'm kidding. But I don't know the animation studio, but they have a very specific style of animation. When you look at what they've done, it's like a mix of actual animated frames, of stop motion, and of like actual like actors, like real like footage. Like it's very interesting. It's like combining all of these things. It looks, from what you see, like what they have that you can look out there, and like I don't think it's gonna look exactly like what they have out there, but that just intrigues me because I'm like, okay, like they're doing something new. This isn't just like the typical animation style.
Okay, I see it right here. Swaybox Studios.
Yes, sir.
Mixes CG animation with the elements of practical stop motion in real time. That's fucking crazy, actually. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I'm more excited honestly now because of that.
Okay, dude. Yeah, if there's always like an edge or like a unique aspect to the animation style, I'm always in, dude. I'm in
Yeah.
for it. Puss in Boots was good.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Verse is great. And it just adds something more to the film, you know, because so much animation is the same. Whether it's like the really like crappy, like hyper realistic ones, like I don't know, Garfield maybe. But bro, some of the best DC stuff is animated, and I hope that it doesn't change with this. It sounds good. I mean, I like how we're getting um just a Robin movie with what's it called?
I like that we're
Dick
getting like
Grayson and
both
Jason
of
Todd.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those are the
Yeah.
two most well-known ones.
Yeah. At first I thought they were gonna go, is it Tim Robin or Tim Drake?
Tim Drake.
Yeah. Isn't he the first one? So he'd be like,
Tim
bro, he
Drake's
was like
the third
7,
one.
right? The third one?
Yeah, the first one is Dick Grayson, the second one is Jason Todd, and the third one is Tim Drake.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, Nick.
No, he don't even exist, bro.
Well, what I'm guessing they're gonna do, actually no, because we already know that the live action Batman movie they're doing is gonna be Brave and the Bold, and that comic it's the fourth Robin, which is
Tim Robin.
no,
I don't know. I just made that up.
it's it's his son Damian Wayne.
The fuck, bro?
Yeah, so we're
What?
getting like
Dude.
an older Batman with his son.
He literally fucked up like 2 Robins. I mean, all right, Dick Grayson's cool, but Jason Todd's nah. And then doesn't the third one die?
The third one, well, Jason Todd is the one that dies, and then he comes back to life, and he's Red Hood.
Yeah. He gets like tortured.
Yeah, he gets.
Dude,
all
I don't know
fucked
why
up
he
and
would
then
put his
killed,
son
yeah.
as I mean, I guess that's the only person he could trust.
Well, Damian Wayne he didn't know he existed. He was raised by the League of Assassins because he fucked Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter. He like,
Batman a deadbeat.
dude, Batman's not just a deadbeat. He's a fucking slut, bro. Like this dude's fucking every girl, bro. Like he's fucking Catwoman, bro. He's fucking Poison Ivy, bro. He's fucking Talia
Bro,
al Ghul.
Poison Ivy?
Dude, I mean, I don't think there's a villain out there that he hasn't fucked, bro. Anyway,
Yeah.
but like, no, yeah, the Damian Wayne was raised by the League of Assassins, so he's very like, he's probably the most trained of the Robins. Like, even though like the other ones are good, like he's just like been trained from like the moment he could walk by like the League, bro. So it's like, dude, like he's on like a whole other level.
He's the most able. Okay.
Well, the thing is he's like really young. Like he's like a child when he meets Batman, and then by that time, Dick Grayson is already Nightwing, so he's like in his 20s or something. He's his own hero. He's not Robin anymore, and Jason Todd is usually Red Hood by then. Tim Drake, I don't really know. Sometimes he kind of dips and does his own thing. He becomes the Red Robin. Which is like his own like hero, but like the thing is like Damian Wayne's the youngest, but like he still be shitting on like Nightwing and all that when they fight. Like Nightwing is like bigger and stronger and all that, but like he doesn't have like the finesse, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, no, Nightwing is probably very finesse because he's an acrobat. But like, I don't know. It's just like
I like Nightwing.
when you're fighting like an 8-year-old, bro, like those dudes are quick and like slimy, bro. Like
you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be kind of fun to see in a live action. No
yeah,
lie.
like I'm excited because I feel like they're finally doing what we have never really seen in live action. Like obviously we had, what was his name? Was it Chris O'Donnell that played Robin in like the old like 90s movies?
Yeah.
And we had that one girl from, was it Clueless? I can't remember her name. She played Batgirl in one movie. I can't remember her name. And the moment someone says it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that's her name. But she was Batgirl, but like that's like the extent to which we've gotten the Bat family. But the Bat family is like such a big integral piece of like Batman. And it's insane that we have gotten like nothing from it in like the last 20 something years.
I mean, we got the guy that played the first Robin, I think, in like the Adam West Batman.
Oh yeah, like back in the 60s.
Like I think his name is Burt
Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we got that. That was like, see, like, but that was
like
back in the 60s, bro. Like like they, I don't know. I'm excited for this because it shows that like they're gonna have Robins, they're gonna have the Bat family, and like I'm just like, okay, thank God. Like
they're like, look, they're gonna be swept under the rug.
Yeah, because like that just means if this is coming out, I don't know when. I imagine this comes out before the live action Batman movie comes out. and like the DCU's version of Batman. Um, and if that's the case, then whenever we start that movie, we're gonna have a pre-established like we're gonna see that, and we're gonna be able to be like, okay, cool. So we know Dick Grayson is probably Nightwing by now. We know Jason Todd is Red Hood. We know we're gonna figure out, I guess, if Tim Drake exists in this universe is not or not. Because I feel like if I was James Gunn, there's a chance he just skips over Tim Drake, because Tim Drake, if you think about it, in the comics, his purpose is he's like, of all the Robins, he's like the best detective.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like, I feel like if you're making a movie, even though like if you're a big comic book fan, you might be like, oh, I want all the Robins. It's like at a certain point, it gets confusing, because it's like, dude, like we have like 4 fucking Robins right here, bro. Like, what is going on? So like, I think for this, if this animated feature is focusing on original Robin and then the Jason Todd Robin, that's like, those two are so different. Like one is like Red Hood and one is Nightwing and one's the original. Like that's a really good dynamic for them to go off of each other. And then if the movie, then we have those two established, if we just skip over Tim Drake and go straight to Damian Wayne, and he's like, that's like very easy to like get. It's like, okay, he's Batman's son and he was raised by like assassins, and that's why he's like a ninja. You know, that's easy to grasp and like understand, especially when we already see the other two. If you throw in a third Robin, it's kind of like, what are we doing, bro? Like that's a lot for people that aren't.
It's like way too much for people.
Yeah, so I honestly think they're gonna skip out on him. That's like my guess.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if we always just get like a animated series. It's like an origin, you know, because I think they said that everything that's animated, live action TV is all connected. So
oh yeah, I'm excited, bro.
Either way, it's satisfying.
Yeah, that's what I like. I really like how the DCU so far, even though I don't even think anything is officially released for it yet, right? Like we haven't gotten a first official release yet.
Hey, bro, the Flash. No,
dude, like
I mean, I guess you could say the Penguin, but
no, but that's from what's his name, Matt Reeves, and that's like a different universe.
I mean, just like I thought you meant under the DC like name, but
no,
yeah, like nothing officially
I want to
from
see
Gunn.
something from that Gunn's new universe he's making. Like I don't think anything's
Yeah, I'm still hyped
out.
for Superman.
Yeah, but speaking on that, Nick, there was also the news of the Bane and Deathstroke show. Apparently, that's going to be happening in James Gunn's universe.
Oh yeah, the crossover. Is it a show or a movie?
Apparently, it's a movie.
Okay.
And
I mean,
is this confirmed? Did James Gunn say this? Because I know he's very vocal online.
Dude, the news source said that it was confirmed, but I could not put it past them to bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Screen Rant right now, an article they posted about it.
I got it from comicbook.com, but no, this sounds cool. I don't expect us to see this until like the next couple years, because they're going to be focusing on like building the main heroes of DC. Like, because this means they're going to have to immediately cast someone as Bane, so they could either go with like a Bane that's already like big and set, or they want to go with like the skinny kid that he grows up to be.
Well, here's a news that the Hollywood Reporter, I think this is real actually, because so many different places are reporting on it. It says the Hollywood Reporter shared a bombshell reveal reporting that a Bane and Deathstroke movie is in early development at DC. According to the trade, the film's script is being penned by Matthew Orton, who is one of the writers on Marvel Studios' upcoming Captain America: Brave New World. After the news broke, Deadline reported additional details, shedding some light on the shocking move. According to the outlet, it is still unclear if Bane and Deathstroke will be the actual leads of the DC movie, or if they're simply going to be a part of it.
Okay, well that clears things up way more. So they could just be literally side characters of this. Yeah. Like this could literally be Batman Brave and the Bold 2.
I could see this being like they're like the antagonists of it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the team up.
Mm-hmm.
Bane is fucking crazy, and then Deathstroke is, I mean, bro, if you played the Arkham games, he's fucking crazy. It's actually there's one game I think you get to fight him. I think it's Arkham Origins.
It is.
It's really fun, dude. God, I gotta play those games so again,
good, bro. Apparently, actually, we could put this on the news too. I don't know if you heard this. Apparently, Rocksteady, who made those games, are currently developing another Batman game right now.
Dude, fucking glazing it. I want it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, Arkham Asylum is a classic. Arkham City is actually personally my favorite.
It's me too.
In terms of like the world building.
I agree.
I'd say Arkham Origins is pretty fun in terms of like I guess a prequel, and I really like the fighting style in that. And then
It's
what's
like
the
more
last
aggressive.
one? Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight I think brings everything together because you get to like drive the Batmobile around. There's a lot of good fighting. The story is really good because I think it ties into Jason Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, all the games are good, and they've hit all the beats also with Joker being in them. And then eventually, spoiler alert, he dies by I think the second game or the third game. No, not the third game, second game. Yeah, but I mean, dude, I don't know what else they could touch about this. They could maybe do like a Batman and Robin story. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. But the thing is according to this, at least what I'm seeing,
Okay.
They're saying it's a Batman game, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's in the Arkham universe.
Dude, hear me out. Batman Beyond. Imagine if they
that's
did
what
it.
I'm saying. That's where
Let's
I
go.
went as well. That's
Holy
where I
shit.
went. If
That
they
is such
did
like
that, oh my
oh
god.
my god. Dude, that show when that came on, I was so confused. I mean, of course, the first episode tells you it's like, yeah, Bruce Wayne's like retired. There's this new guy being Batman.
Yep.
And then the whole suit design is really animation style of that show.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love to see if they develop something like that in the future because I know there's a lot of fans out there that have been pushing for like a fan film.
Dude, if they made that and they had Michael Keaton play like old Batman and they brought in like someone to play Batman Beyond, like that's just like
or
like,
honestly,
bro,
even Ben Affleck, like who gives a shit?
They could
like,
honestly
be the retiring Batman, yeah.
Going back to this Bane and Deathstroke thing, this article says that based on the possibility mentioned by Deadline, it makes more sense that to me that Ben and Deathstroke would play big roles in a team movie than lead a joint film. And the Batman villains could be great members of a live-action Secret Six adaptation. DC Comics has teams featuring darker characters, and the Secret Six happens to be one of them. Instead of being put together by Amanda Waller like the Suicide Squad and the DCU's Creature Commandos, the Secret Six is always controlled by Mockingbird, a mysterious figure that rules the team and whose identity is a secret.
That was a lot of information, but
yeah.
I do not know what the Secret Six is. Is that like Sinister Six? Like same shit?
Well, the Sinister Six is like there to fight.
Is it like a rotating team of just like villains?
It's I would say it's just like it's a group of villains, but it's not like Suicide Squad because they're ran by Amanda Waller against their will. I think Secret Six is more like it's not against their will type shit.
Like we want to do this.
It's just like a group of villains, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god, I love the OG Deadshot's like costume. When it's like the red spandex with like the metallic like helmet and shit. And like the little eye.
Oh yeah, that's a great shot. Yeah, I just think this is interesting. I don't think it's gonna be a Bane and Deathstroke like title character movie. I'm guessing it's gonna be like some sort of team or some sort of something. I don't know. I think it's clearly being made, but I don't know what.
All you gotta know is they're cooking, man.
Yeah, they're cooking up something.
As long as James Gunn's like checking on them and being like, all right, do not fuck up my universe. Nah.
Anyway, what else we got, Nick?
All right, the last piece of news. Talked about so much good DC shit. Is actually going to a failing franchise. Sony. This is some news about Venom 3.
Oh god.
Recently, they dropped the stinker of the year. Come on, bro. There's no way Venom 3 has to be better than Madam Web.
Is this the news that Venom 3 is coming out?
No, so last episode we said that Norman Reedus was going to be playing Knull. That has actually been I guess redacted, and Andy Serkis is going to be playing the character.
Interesting.
I don't know who the fuck put Daryl Dixon was playing Knull, bro, but I was kind of excited for that because I saw him in the Bike Riders earlier this year, and that was really good. And he had like a pretty good amount of prosthetics and makeup on. I wanted to see what he could do with this. But also, I'm not mad, dude. Honestly, this is kind of an upgrade. Andy Serkis has been known to be really good with CGI performances and voice acting and body movement. So this honestly might make the movie better because
Yeah, we'll see.
it's Venom 3, you know? Like, what's really gonna happen?
Yeah, I
How are we
mean,
on the third Venom movie and we have not gotten a Spider-Man crossover, bro?
God, I don't even
He literally
know, bro.
crosses over in the end of the second movie.
Yeah, for like absolutely no reason. He just comes back.
Dude, that has the amount of potential as the as the first post-credit scene from Shazam, bro.
Well, I think the reason why they didn't do anything with it
Went
is
nowhere.
it would make no sense. It would make no sense for him to even have beef with Spider-Man because like this version of Venom like doesn't even know who Spider-Man is. At least
like,
at least Eddie Brock doesn't. Like there's that scene where Venom is like, "Oh, we have the hive mind where we all like," and like that just means that like all the symbiotes, all the Venoms across multiverses like share a connected mind. So it makes sense that Venom would be like, "Oh shit, like that Spider-Man, like none of us like him." But like this version of Eddie Brock has been like, "Oh, like we can't eat people unless they're bad. Like we got to be like a good guy, you know, we got to be an anti-hero." So why the fuck would they go fight this fucking teenager that's like it doesn't make sense. Like so I feel like they were like, I honestly think Sony and Marvel were having issues and Sony was like, "All right, we're just going to take our character back then." And Marvel was like, "Okay, we'll put him in." But like that they just like came to that compromise where he just pulled up and did jack shit. I think that's why they did it.
Listen, I think there is a way to write villains from comic books without having to take the anti-hero route, because like so many people do that to make him like relatable and stuff. But if I'm going to a Venom movie, I'm trying to see a dude just fucking kill people, you know? And yeah, it wouldn't make sense for him to like just come into Spider-Man's universe and just start fighting him.
Bro, he don't even got the spider symbol on him, bro. He's just black and he's got white veins on him, bro.
I know. I was hoping for the second movie he'd get the spider symbol. Never got it.
See, but it doesn't even make sense. Like, why would he get the spider symbol? Because he doesn't know who Spider-Man is. That's the whole reason why he has the symbol.
I don't know. Maybe it could be like a different way in the movie. Like,
oh god,
Venom's like, "Oh, I like this.
I think I like spiders, dude.
I like spiders,
dude." This movie's such a meme, bro. Like, oh, dude. Like, there's one like trailer where Venom literally says like, "Oh, we're back, bitches," and I'm like, "Oh my god, like, what am I watching,
Jeez.
bro?"
Hey, I already got my tickets, bro.
Do you actually?
I got them at Draft House.
Dude,
hey, Chelsea is excited to see it.
Dude, no way. I was trying to get Carla to see it, and she said that looks so dog shit. I don't want to see it.
Hey, bro, your loss.
Did you see the collectible cup they're having at Draft House?
Bro, I did. I'm adding it. I added it to my cart.
Did you actually?
Dude, it kind of goes hard.
Oh, dude,
I got a couple of the Draft House pint glasses. I got like 3 of them.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get more, bro. I recently bought the Deadpool and Wolverine one because I went there and I saw him behind. Yeah, I saw him behind the fucking counter, and I'm like, "Yo, give me one of those."
I'm surprised they had leftovers. That movie was huge.
Yeah, dude, it crossed $1 billion.
Yeah, I had that. I got that pint glass. I also got the Guardians 3 one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think that's all I have. I probably should have got the Romulus one, but I just held off. I was like, "Oh, dude, like I think it's because I just got the Deadpool one, so I was like, nah, bro."
There's a Romulus one? I didn't even know that. Dude, they're so bad at announcing them, dude. Or maybe I'm just not like... Hey, I gotta turn their notifications on, bro.
You just ain't locked in, bro.
I have an Indiana Jones one from the one that came out last year. Yep. I have a Dune one.
Damn, you got one for Dune? Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. When I went to... I forgot what movie I was seeing, but I was gonna buy the pint glass, but I went to go see the movie in first, and then I came out. And when I did, they had already shut down the register, but the glass was like right there. And so I had to now low-key I thought about it because the dude like left the glass there. He walked off to like go talk to the manager, and I was like, dude, what if I just walk off? But I go, there's only 2 locations in San Antonio, so I wouldn't have done it.
They would have just like banned your ass, bro.
I had to come back the next day and buy it because like they were like, yeah, we already shut the register down. But yeah, I was like, bro, give me the fucking no.
Actually, no, I have one other one. I forgot about this. I have you know how they do their like Alamo time capsule where they like drop movies.
Oh yeah, some of those are cool.
I got one for the year 1999 because like that's when I was born. Yeah, so they did one for 99. So I was like, oh shit, like That's
That's kind of
cool.
cool, no lie.
So I was like, yo, like that's like the one that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, that's
So
it's a
I got,
banger
and
year, bro.
it's got some cool movies on. I mean, like that's the year like Matrix came out. So like
Mm.
Matrix is on there. There's a couple other
Didn't
like
Fight
old
Club come out?
bangers.
Or is that
Fight
98?
Club did come out in '99.
Yeah, bro, you still haven't seen it.
I gotta see it.
How you gonna have the 99 class?
Hey, bro, let me cook.
All right, dude. Well, that's all the news. Pretty much Venom 3 might have gotten slightly better. Uh now we can talk about the substance.
All right, let's lock in.
Dude, I'm already locked in. I actually got some notes here.
Good, because I
So
low-key
this
forgot what happened, bro. This was 2 weeks ago.
I mean not about what happened, but just the movie in general.
Well, the movie's good.
Like
This movie immediately jumped. Like, I think this might be my glaze of the year, if I'm being honest. Like, this might be this might be the one that I glaze harder than anyone else and harder than any other movie that we reviewed for the year. Like last year, I think it was Poor Things. I gave it number one, and that's just because Poor Things is such a weird ass movie, and like I just like love like weird horror, weird aesthetic that's like gothic, you know, like I like shit like that, like that's like my thing. And this
yeah.
movie, it has the body horror like elements, and like it's just so fucking weird that like I don't know, bro, it just worked for me.
Yeah, I really like horror. And this, well, it is horror. It's like a subgenre body horror.
Yeah.
I really appreciate practical effects and makeup and stuff like that. And yeah, this definitely feels like one of those movies where I didn't really know a lot about it. The teasers were really good. I knew Dennis Quaid was in it. He's so creepy in this, dude. He's such a perv, bro.
You know, real quick, one little piece of trivia. Before Dennis Quaid signed on, and he did really good. This isn't to say that like he wouldn't have done as good as this guy. But Ray Liotta actually was signed on to play the role that his character would have been originally before he passed away.
Wow.
Yeah.
You actually just took one of the facts off of my notes.
Oh shit. Yup. Hey, see, Nick, okay, I'm locked in, bro.
Well, hey, good on you, bro.
Yeah, cross that shit
honestly,
out.
I could totally I just did. I could totally see him playing this role, and I would have loved to see Ray Liotta, but I think Dennis Quaid brought something crazy. I don't know, because he always just seems so chilled and laid back, but here he looks like he's on fucking crack all the time. And every shot, bro, is literally that Willem Dafoe meme where like
it's all close.
He's Van Gogh, and it's like literally a 0.5.
Dude, I want to watch that movie just for like all that meme shot I always see, bro.
I've seen more memes probably like in the amount of time I could have seen the movie, bro.
Yeah. One thing I like about this movie. Oh, actually, this movie's been out 2 weeks. So are we just gonna go full spoilers?
I mean, if people are still on the fence, like it's still out there. There's still
out there. Honestly, let's go a few, like maybe just 5 minutes of no spoilers. Like let's give our general thoughts and then we'll go into spoilers. So no spoilers, real quick. I'll say this is 100% a movie. If you're on the fence, just go and see it, because this is, if I would not have seen this in theaters and then watched it on streaming, it's one of those movies where I'd be like, fuck, I should have saw this in theaters. Like, because the theater experience for this one, it's like one of those ones, it's not like an MCU movie where people are cheering. It's like the entire theater, you can feel everybody going like, ooh, like, oh, like everyone's like wincing, everyone's like making faces, everyone's freaking out. There's also some comedy in here. Like, there's some pretty funny parts, like a dark humor in what's happening. It's very almost satirical in a way at certain points. It's so over the top that I think this is one of those movies that I feel like is a must see in theaters.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. If you're on the fence and maybe like if you have a weak stomach, I think you should still go see this. It's a very unique film, probably my top 5 of the year for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's always that movie of the year where you just go and sit down, you don't know a lot about it, and then for the next 2 hours, it takes you on like a cinematic experience, bro. And this, it starts off at like, I think it starts off at 8, and then by the third act, it's literally off the scale, dude. It's crazy. The makeup is really well done. It's body horror, so it's really gross and gory at times, and you might look away, but it's not just for the sake of like body horror. There's actually like stuff going on in the movie that talks about like body image, like women and their age, about like how the entertainment industry like treats, I guess, younger girls and stuff. Like it's still saying something, and it's not just like gore for the sake of gore.
Yeah,
And I
that's why
agree
I
with what
like
you're
it.
saying. Yeah, like it. There's there's more, there's more beyond the substance, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
um,
it's got something that it's saying, and it's very clear what that is. I don't think they shy away at all. In fact, I think they kind of like they go over the top so much with it that normally I might say, "Oh my god, like this is too much." But and it might be too much for some people. Like I'm not going to lie. Like this is not going to be everyone's movie, like for sure. I know there are people out there that are going to see this and walk out cuz they're like this is disgusting. Like I can't. But I think that's entirely the point of the movie. I think that's the point that the director was trying to make. I think they're trying to make you feel uncomfortable, and I think the whole thing is very much like the whole point is like, oh well, like how do you think that like women in the industry feel when they're constantly getting like objectified, and like, oh, you have like an expiration date. But then on the opposite side of that, you have someone like Dennis Quaid, who's like this like middle-aged man who's like got shrimp hanging out of his mouth, and he just looks all greasy and oily, and his teeth are like his teeth has like cigarette stains on it, which you can clearly see. And he's the one that is saying, oh, you're not beautiful enough to be in this anymore. We need someone who's like 18 to 24. Like it's just like insane, because like that's how it is. Like the people that are making these decisions and judging people for their looks and stuff, when their talent is exactly the same, if not just as good as when they were younger. You can only get better the more you work, you know? So it's like, it's the only people making those judgments are always like these old men, and they like have them in this 0.5 lens just staring at it. And it's just so like the message is so point and clear, and like the combining using body horror to express that, I think is an idea that I'm surprised hasn't been. I mean, it very well might have been in the movies I haven't seen, but like this one is like the first one that's come to my knowledge, and it's like I'm like, oh yeah, that's like a great use of the genre to tell a message, tell a story.
oh yeah, I agree.
Back
And
in
I think
position, bro.
also the substance is get back in position. Um, like the substance itself, like the very catalyst of the movie is also meant to represent like plastic surgery and how
Oh
women
yeah,
will, or even just like men in general, will try to use these things to try to appear younger.
yeah, for sure.
Uh, so while it's very like obvious in the face, so is the body horror. And I
I
think that
agree.
when there's such a visceral image in your mind after the movie, I was thinking about it for days. And those are some of the best movies, when they are in your head for so many days and you think about what they mean and maybe even see yourself differently. So yeah, that's the non-spoiler review. Do you want to rate it, or we could just rate it at the end of the spoiler review, honestly?
I mean, I think yeah, we can
I
rate
got some incentive
give
to
our
listen.
official ratings, yeah, at the very end. But just know if you're on the fence, I would say click off of this review, come back after you've seen it. It's like the one movie where I would say no, 100%. Like, do not wait till streaming. Go see this.
Oh yeah. All right. It's time to get into spoilers, dude.
Yes, King.
Bro, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, dude, I don't even know where to start. This movie is just like, I mean, I will say this isn't really a spoiler. I probably could have said this in non-spoilers, but I feel like this is like such a, what's the word? Like a brave performance for Demi Moore, because it's like she's literally having to take a role where the whole point of the story is like, oh, you're old, you're the story they're telling her, she's washed, they're telling her like I mean that's what they're telling her, you
You're washed,
know.
bro.
And it's like she, you know, she was like the it girl, you know, back when she was like in her 20s and 30s, you know, like she was
Yep.
in these movies. So that's, I think that's great casting. And I think there's probably a lot of women in Hollywood who probably passed on this. I don't know who else they went to or thought of. I don't know if Demi Moore was the first pick, but she was the right pick, because it's like she's so good in this, and like to be told like, oh, this is the role. I feel like that's like like, you know, like that's a brave role to put yourself into, knowing how the industry is. But like, I think it's like, I think she does a great job.
Yeah. One thing that the director actually said, I believe her name is, oh, dude, I'm going to look it up right now
Yeah,
because
look
I
that
want to
shit
put
up,
some
bro.
respect.
Yep,
Well, she's a French director. I know that.
she is.
Coralie Fargeat. She said that when she first had the script, they didn't even think that. I mean, of course, she always wanted Demi Moore, but she didn't think that she would want to take the role.
Okay.
And she almost didn't send it to her, but she just thought that, you know what, like, what do we have to lose? Like, let me just go send it to her so she can say no. And Demi Moore read it, of course, and she took it. So it's crazy that you say that because it is a very brave performance. Like, there's moments in this movie where, like, there's nudity. I guess it adds to the body horror. And I mean, just to do that in front of a crew and stuff, I'm sure was uncomfortable. But also, as her being, you know, out of her prime, kind of at the end of her years, also be a part of her character is also something that I'm sure you'd like she had to think about, like was built into her character.
Yeah, it's great casting because I'm like, I'm sure it's something that her being an actress and like working in this industry, she's probably had to deal with, you know?
It's probably hit close to home, dude.
Yeah. And I think that's why the performance is so good, because like part of her probably isn't even acting, you know? She's probably like, oh, I know exactly how this character feels, because, you know, she very well might have dealt with something like this in her career. And it's just like, it's insane because if you think about it, like, there are men in Hollywood that like get roles when they're like in their 20s and just continuously act like as they age, and like, and then like if you think about it, like they continue to have love interests in movies who are like 20 years younger than them. And it's just like, and then like those same women that like back when they were 20 and they were as well, like they don't have the same kind of like roles given to them as they age. I think it's beginning to shift. I think you are currently seeing like more and more roles where they give them to women that are like more like in their like 40s and 50s, like the same way men have had for years. And I think that this movie is probably gonna help people see that, you know.
Oh yeah, I feel like we are in a renaissance of like older women taking on these like lead roles,
Mm-hmm.
like Michelle Yeoh with Everything Everywhere
Oh
All at
yeah,
Once.
for sure.
Um, there was one more that I had in mind, and I'm trying to remember it for this review. But if
I
it
know
comes up,
Tilda Swinton has been leads in a lot of roles where I'm
oh
like, oh
yeah,
yeah, like that's one that I'm thinking of.
I almost said oh, dude, what's her name? Selma Hayek. Hey, bro, Eternals.
Like
That's
she,
fire.
I mean, she was. That is true. Even
I won't say the movie was fire, but
I mean, even the girl that plays Cersei in that, like Gemma Chan, like she's like in her 40s.
oh yeah.
So like that's another one. And she was in
Um,
Crazy Rich Asians. She was in her 30s when that came out, but now she's in her 40s. So it's like, you know, I mean, she was in The Creator as well. That just came out like last year. So you're continuing to see it more and more. And I mean, you love to see it, my brother.
Sandra Bullock.
That's
That's another
true.
one who I'm thinking
Yep.
of. Oh, Viola Davis, dude. She's like
Oh
59 as
yeah,
well. I would not even think that she was that old.
that's true.
Helen Mirren. Hey man, she did
Mm-hmm.
you know, Shazam. That was a banger. No.
Dude, I can't believe they
Okay,
got
I'm
her.
sorry. I'm like bringing up these.
You're bringing up
I'm
shit
not
movies,
bashing
bro.
them. Hey, but it's still older women like acting like okay. Of course, not every movie is a hit, but the message of the movie I get is saying that at a certain age, these women do age out, and you know why are these older men like, especially men, like deciding these things, and it's because it's like I think Dennis Quaid's character says it like we need someone that's like hot and attractive, like within this age range. And it's like who even put these here to begin with? Is it like what the people want on television, like what they want to watch? Is it just always been like this is what we're conditioned to think?
It's definitely conditioning.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I just that whole the way this movie like tells that story in like a very over the top way, I think is like one of the reasons why I was on board with this. And I think just the way the practical effects themselves are like absolutely insane. Like I love practical effects. Like when they're done right, like it's insane. Like I love watching like old 80s movies, like even ones that are dog shit, like low key. Like the old
Totally.
horror movies that are like B movies, maybe even C movies, you know, they're like the script is ass. It's just like, you know, it's just whatever. they still go hard with the practical effects. Like I like to
Yeah, 'cause
watch
that's all
them
they
just
had. They didn't have
exactly.
computers.
So like I like to look at stuff like that, and I love that a lot of people are making the effort now to like not just get rid of practical effects entirely, but like bring them back. Like this movie, oh my god, it's insane.
Yeah, it was such a good part to look at, dude. And we can talk about it later, but the third act I think is my favorite part. Like it's
Okay,
actually it's really gross, but
it really is.
oh jeez, but I don't know. When I saw it, it's either like a hate it you love it thing. Like I feel like that's when people would walk out.
Yeah, I agree. The last I've seen a lot of people talk about the last like 15-20 minutes,
Yeah.
and that's definitely the time when like it's you really think it's about to end, and then like you're like, oh, what else can they do, and you're like, oh well, there's a lot. Like it keeps going, and it just does this insane like ending that I definitely think you're either gonna love it or hate it. It seems like most people are loving this though. Like Letterbox, it's got an average of a 4. So
Let's go.
that's pretty high. It was a 4.2 during its opening weekend, but the top three like biggest bar graphs are 4, 5, and then 4.5. So if like most people are giving this a 4 or a 5 or a 4.5, like that's all you need to know.
Yeah, I just like a unique movie like this too, where it's it's a body swap and everything is explained to you kind of as if like you're someone that's like being advertised to. It's like, oh, like, do you want to use the substance like 7 days on, 7 days off? You guys switch. You are one, which is
Yep.
constantly something we're reminded about is that they are one person in this movie, but we're seeing two characters on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I like how that was done. And like at times, I mean, there's a certain point in the movie where Sue does something, or not, I'm sorry, not Sue, Elizabeth does something, and you're like, holy fuck, like, okay, like what's gonna happen now?
I
But
mean, you could say it, bro. We're in spoilers.
oh yeah, you're right. Well, pretty much Sue kills Elizabeth, which is like her
Yes, sir.
host body. And it's like, okay, what's gonna happen now? Because I mean, she's been like milking that bitch for all of her months. Dude, she is ugly, bro.
Dude,
Like
the oh
I
my
love how it
god,
was
yeah.
teased at first when she takes like a couple hours because she's hooking up with some dude. So she takes a couple hours and then she swaps. And then when Elizabeth wakes up, like her finger is rotting away, like it's
Yep.
literally old. Dude, like that was it's such a simple effect. And it was all practical. Like they made her nail look like crooked. It was
Mhm.
like aging white skin. As simple as that practical effect and probably cheap it was so good.
Yeah,
Like
it
it
really
felt real
was.
and like she was tapping her finger. You see her use it a lot in the scene. It worked for me. And then that's a teaser, of course, for what happens later on when she loses like I think 3 months of just being switched out. So she's been in like this dark room that Sue built for her to like just hide her in, which is so creepy to think about. Like just hiding
Yeah.
your old decrepit body in a room. And she becomes like this hunchback like old lady.
Dude,
Like
yeah, the scene where she like just continuously milks that body for like months, and you see like her over and over come back and use that big needle to like
dude,
pull out the fluid. You see
and the
the
fucking hole
wound.
gets worse, bro.
Yeah. Oh my god.
At one point there was like it was like a wart, and then like on top of it it was like green, and like I was like it
At one
literally
point,
made me
yeah,
gag. It
there's
made me
like
gag looking at it.
dude, no, yeah, this is insane. Actually, this movie, I
Oh,
knew there was body horror elements to it, but I didn't know they were going to be as disgusting as they were. Like they're very grotesque. Like that one specifically I felt as well, cuz there's by the end of it the like wound where the hole like is forming for like where you're inserting the needle. By the end there's literally like the hole itself is kind of like become bigger, and it's like filled with this white yellow pus, and as she like inserts the needle, the pus kind of pops and like
yeah.
falls out.
Oh,
And during this movie, like I saw it at Draft House, and I had a fucking victory reward for like a free appetizer. So I ordered wings, and then I was just like I like looking at the ranch, and I'm looking at the pus, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like,
you're like you're
I,
like fuck,
dude, yeah, I literally didn't finish them. I had like they give you
bro.
like 8 or somewhere between 8 to 10, and I think I had like 3 or 4, and I was like, I just can't eat, bro. Like I lost my appetite.
Bro, no. So I was the same way. I had a burger. I think I had the Royale with cheese, bro.
Yes, sir.
And I got it like when the movie started. You know, it's chill, right? Like there's a little like body horror, whatever. I think probably the grossest thing that happens in like the first 30 minutes is Sue comes out of her back, which is a fucking creepy ass scene, bro.
Oh my god,
Like a
yeah.
big slit in her back. Like it's almost like as if like Elizabeth is like her mom, like she's born from her.
Yes, sir.
But bro, after I realized what I got myself into, I tried to like eat most of it, and then like by the hour and a half mark, I just stopped. I was just like, all right, I'm done. So like, don't eat to this movie. Ah, we should have said that in non spoilers, but if you do,
Honestly,
man, it's
yeah.
a mistake. And it's crazy that a movie like that can give you such a reaction where you can't sit down and eat. Like you have to just sit down and watch the movie
I agree.
because a lot of what's on screen is nasty.
I mean, bro, I'm trying to get Mike to see this movie, bro, but this dude is tapping out.
Dude, I'm gonna go show up to his house, bro. I'm gonna have the steel book. We're watching this tonight.
Dude, bro, speaking of steelbooks, bro, I know we're like in the middle of the review, but like I've been like over the last like 2 months, I've been just locking in with like physical media because well, because like I'm just like I'm tired
What,
of
the
how
blackout's coming?
since I mean if it does, I'm ready. Cause like I'm just tired, like just like 2 days ago, or like yeah, like 2 days ago, Disney Plus removed all the Indiana Jones movies from their streaming
Dude, what the
service.
fuck? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're all off, so you can't
Bro,
watch
how the
Indiana
fuck did I
Jones.
not know this?
Yep, yes sir. But
Dude, I'm actually, oh my god.
a real one like me, I got all of them on 4K. So like if I wanted to, I could go put that thing on right now. Like I'm locked in.
I mean, I think I have 3 of them. No, I actually have all 4 of them, just not the new one.
Yep. Yeah, I don't
So
got
I'm
that one
actually locked
either.
in too.
But like that's the
Yeah,
thing. Like I have like a new shelf. I don't think you've been over since then, but I have a new shelf in the living room, and it's like this big shelf that we got to put on all our movies. Because before we were like running out of space, and the other one was all old and dusty. So I got a new shelf. We built it. It's bigger, more space, and then I put the other shelf in my room. I dusted it off, and now it's my bookshelf. But the new one we have, I've been separating each movie we had by genre, and I'm putting them in alphabetical.
okay,
Um,
okay.
but I've been copying like movies here and there that like I'm like, oh, like this is a movie I like, and if it's not like too expensive too, like I want to like I've been looking for deals, you know, I've been looking for pre-owns where it doesn't look like it's in bad shape, you know, because I'm like these are movies that like I need to like just have, you know, like this is like my favorite movie, one of my favorites. So if
Okay.
this movie The Substance comes out on 4K, like I'm probably gonna pick it up.
I agree.
As you
It's
should,
definitely
bro.
a cop in the steelbook world.
Yeah,
I actually am gonna order I think the Alien Romulus steelbook is coming out, but it's gonna be like December,
it's
which is
it's
fucking
it's up for
which is fucking
pre-order right
crazy.
now.
Dude, I gotta get my order in then.
You gotta go look. Yeah, I saw the steelbook, and I'm not gonna lie. I normally get the steelbooks just because I like. I don't know. They just look so cool and they're so clean. You know, like I got steelbooks for like movies that I really like. Like I got one for like Top Gun Maverick. That one's really cool.
Ooh,
I got
good
one
pick.
for Dune Part 1 and 2. Yeah, but anyway, I looked at the one for Alien Romulus and I really liked the movie, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the art that they used for the steelbook. Like you might like it, it's just my personal taste. I saw it and I was like, damn, this movie had so many good posters like leading up to its release. How the fuck did they pick this one out of all the ones that they had? Like it was such a disappointment to me. Like I really liked everything about it besides the front cover of the steelbook. Like the interior, you know how they have like the inside has like
Yeah, the
pictures.
characters.
Yeah, the inside looks perfect. It's like the scene where the alien is like all close to her face and she's like pressed against. Like it looks so good. But I just don't like the front, so I just got the regular 4K with the slip cover for that one because it has the it's the one that's like all red with the
Yeah,
like
with the
the
alien.
face
That's what I thought
hugger.
they were gonna use.
I
Just
don't
like
know why they
steel.
didn't use that for the steelbook. That one would have been so much better than what they chose. I don't know if you've seen it. If you look it up, you might like it. I don't know how you feel about these. It's like one of those like floating head posters where they just put all the characters like standing around.
Wait, like in the front poster?
Hmm.
Yeah, I really like the red one, or they could have done that one, but
Yeah, I
I
agree.
really like the alien, and I just want to see like some behind the scenes of what went into making it.
Yeah, that's the other reason why I like buying these because like a lot of them they're not always good, with the special features, but like some of them like really give you like a lot of extra content. Like I've been buying some movies that I like from the Criterion collection.
Ooh.
Not they're those are like honestly a ripoff unless they have like a sale going on. But there was a sale. Actually, there's gonna be another one this month, so I might look and see if there's anything else on there I want to pick up. But those movies have some of the best like bonus features out of like any releases. Like they literally have like entire almost like documentaries on like the making of the film itself in the bonus features, where it'll be like a whole hour of like the making of, and like they got the director there, like the like everybody, and they just show you like how it was made. It's just like insane. Like I watched The Others the other day, and that's I watched that because I had bought it. It was like 50% off on the Criterion collection, and I watched that. And after I watched it, I was like, look at the special features, and like there's so much in there. And I really like that movie, but I haven't seen it in like probably over 10 years. So like I was like, damn, like this is hitting. Like I had no idea Tom Cruise was an executive producer on that movie.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you know what? I think he was dating Nicole Kidman at the time.
He was.
Or were they married?
I think they were married, yeah.
Yeah, they were probably married. My bad.
Yep,
oh, yep. Yeah, they were. Dude, they were married for 11 years.
Yeah.
He was like, I gotta go do Mission Impossible, baby.
God.
I'm gonna make 9 of them.
Yeah, he's still making them, bro.
Jeez. Yeah. How did we start talking about steelbooks? Oh, this is a cop.
Yeah, I just said this is a cop. we just
went into the whole steelbook tangent.
Hey, but anyway, back to the substance. What else you got to say, Nick?
I also think Dennis Quaid's character, I didn't know, but his name is Harvey.
Okay.
And I think that's very on the nose because like they're gonna. It's clearly Harvey Weinstein, who's this. I'm pretty sure he's in jail now, but he was a movie executive who I think was involved with a number of scandals behind the entertainment industry. One of them actually was made a movie. I believe it was called Bombshell. Actually, Margot Robbie was in that.
Well, that one wasn't him, but it was like people like him. Like that one was an actual thing that happened.
It was kind of like
it was similar.
Like, yeah, this is about him.
It was kind of, but it was like actually based on a true story with one of the like executives at like CNN studios, and they had done something like that to like some of the people that were like wanting to be the news anchors there.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. But that one clearly is as well. That was around the time that Harvey Weinstein, like all that shit happened. So, I mean, I feel like I actually didn't realize that Dennis Quaid's character's name was Harvey. I'd forgotten. But yeah, that's pretty on the nose. But like, I mean, like that's like true. Like that's the whole point. Like there's people like him who like, I mean, I don't think people should body shame people, but if you're like an asshole that like, does shit like that, then like, I don't care. But like you got someone like that who looks all like old and like they're like overweight, out of shape. They're like
teeth is yellowing.
Yeah, like that, and then you're like judging like these like women and making them feel like self-conscious about their body. Like that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, bro, that's Hollywood, brother.
Another thing this movie has is in the very like first 10 minutes when Demi Moore's driving from the meeting she has. She gets hit by a truck, dude. That scene caught me off guard so much, like almost like whiplash.
Yeah.
Like she gets distracted. She's looking off the road and she sees a poster of herself getting ripped down. And then she wakes up later in a hospital. And that's when she first gets introduced like to the substance. And the doctor guy that gives it to her later on, we find out is actually a user himself. He's like really old, which I'm also thinking how old he was. Maybe if he was like an abuser, like he was in his young body more than he needed to be.
Yeah, that guy, he definitely gave that vibe.
Yeah, and I was also even thinking like Dennis Quaid's character, if like the men that were always following him and like behind him in the beginning, I'm pretty sure that they were like 30s or 40s, like young guys. And then in the very last act at the New Year's Eve special, like a bunch of old dudes are surrounding him. So I'm like, are they also using it?
I mean, I don't know if that's an interesting, like, see, I had that thought too while watching it. I was like, I wonder like what old people that we see here are like users. Like, I feel like there's potential there for like little like Easter eggs and stuff. Like there might be like a connection. Like maybe you see one of the young characters like wearing a same like jacket that an older character wears later, like, and it's like blink and you miss it, something like that, or same shoes, same watch, like stuff like that. um um but yeah, I don't know. I thought about that, but I don't know. I do think that that last shot where all the old people are like looking at her, like I think it's very much just like, oh yeah, these are like, this is the faces of Hollywood, like these are like the executives that pick.
Yeah, that was like something that happened that I didn't think was like really confirmed, but the fact that it's like out there and happening, like I don't know, that part just made me think. Okay, so going to the third act, like I said, this is definitely the part where people might like walk out. There's it's probably like the most body horror, bro. We have like Demi Moore's face morbed into this like they call it like Elizabeth or Monstro, something like that.
It's some monstrous zoo or something. It looks, it's like this just insane like monster looking thing that has both of them combined.
Yeah, it's really weird, dude. And I think it's because so Sue like kills her host,
Mm-hmm.
and then like she starts geeking out, and so she takes some of the activator, and then another baby is like born from her. But it's like it's so gross to look at, dude.
Yeah, it
I
looks,
love how it's 100% like practical.
yeah, there's like random ears on the side of it, like random teeth in the neck.
Dude, like one of her eyes is like a boob.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that shit
Oh,
is insane, bro. Oh my god.
it's just so freaking nasty, dude. And then she goes to the New Year's thing, and I don't know if it's supposed to be like satirical because she literally staples on like a face of like her old like
It's
I guess
literally
her,
what she started off with, like her original self.
yeah,
It's her
and she
old
just
Demi
like
Moore's
staples it on
face.
her face. She gets to she gets to the studio, and everyone's just like, "Oh, there you are!" like
Yeah, like
like
nobody notices that she's like this huge monster with a piece of paper like stapled to her.
yeah, it's so freaking weird. That's why I think a lot of this movie is like in the realm of the fantastical because
Oh,
like
100%. Yeah.
it's satire so much to the point that it's like, why would there be a sign like in front of a celebrity's house that's like saying when their show is gonna come? Like it just says New Year's like special,
Yeah.
and it's almost just like why? Like it's almost funny. It
It's
is
like,
really funny
it's like a
sometimes.
heightened reality of like, I guess maybe like I don't know, like it's very much like you said, it's not grounded in reality. It's very much like this is very over the top in this. I think it's purposely done that way for sure, like for it's just to like get its like point across, I guess.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that it does though, because
Yeah.
like I said, well, a lot of things are like on the nose. I think because the body horror is so like in your face, you're kind of more like just looking at that, and of course you're still able to like take in the themes of the movie and stuff. And I think that it works like really well, like using body horror to talk about these certain themes because it's very like in your face.
Yeah.
Um, Talking more about the director, I don't know if you've seen this film called Revenge. It came out in 2017. That's her first. I think that was the first movie she made, her debut. That movie's pretty crazy. It's more grounded,
Hmm.
and kind of realistic in terms of a plot. But dude, the ending is so bloody and like and crazy. It's if you haven't seen it, I think you should see it.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it, yeah.
I remember hearing about it, and I remember, I pretty honestly, it's probably on my letterbox watch list, but like I just haven't gotten to it. But I
Hey,
do recall after seeing The Substance, I saw people talking about it, and I was like, oh shit, I remember when that came out, and I remember adding it to my watch list and being like, oh, I should watch that, and I'm like, oh well, now I have more. I'm more inclined to now that I've seen this.
yeah. Hey, she's got some bangers, dude. I'm excited to see what she does next.
Try to tell you, bro.
Hey, so speaking on the end, it actually I love the shot how it picks up immediately on like the Hollywood star like Walk of Fame, and
Yeah.
that's the shot that we end off on this one.
Yep.
Because in the beginning we see her Hollywood Walk of Fame get built like what is it, the star?
It's like a star on the Hollywood
Yeah,
Walk of Fame. We see like the night. It's all shot from like an overhead perspective, so we just see it there, and then we see like all the people taking pictures of it. We see her like there when it was like unveiled, like kind of standing on it, and then we
we
just
see a
see
dude drop
as,
a hot dog.
yeah, as time goes on, people forget who she is. and it's a great shot, and I think like ending on it in the same way where it's in a it's in a weirder way because it's like that monstrosity of like a body like has just exploded, and then it's literally just Demi Moore's face like crawling forward with these like hunks of flesh, and she just like goes on top of her old like star like Elizabeth Sparkle, and she's like content there.
And then she gets cleaned up, I
Yeah,
think.
yes sir. She like melts into like just like some weird body fluid, and then yeah, then they clean her up. Like the next day, some dude like a just washes over it.
Yeah, I also really like how the opening shot of this movie is an egg,
Oh
and then
yeah,
you see the activator, whatever the substance, get injected into it, and you see how it works.
yes
I really
sir.
like when movies open with an image where it's like, look, without even saying anything, this is what it's going to be about.
Yeah,
And I also think there's also some themes here of like self hatred, because like I
for
said,
sure.
very much are we reminded that they're like it's the same person, just in two
Yeah,
different bodies, like at different times.
I think it's
Um,
very much like channeling how people tend to like look back at themselves like at old pictures of themselves, and then like they have that self-hatred because they're like, oh my god, like why don't I look like that anymore, and they like just have this hatred because they're trying to chase this pretty much unattainable goal. And you can honestly like have it go into more than just the Hollywood industry. And the Hollywood industry, they're all taking like drugs and plastic surgery and stuff like that to like
Ozempic.
yeah, they're trying to get themselves to stay young and like look young for as long as possible. But at a certain point like it all catches up to you, and if you get enough of it when you're actually older, you end up looking worse, you know, like you're like, oh my god, like I have all this fucking lip filler, I have all
Dude,
this.
like Mickey Rourke,
Yeah, it's just it fucks
maybe
with
even
you.
Courtney Cox. I don't know.
And it's all because of like the industry like having them feel like they have to do that. And then it I do think you could also reflect it to like a more general population, because you know people look at themselves when they're younger like anybody, and they might have that self-hatred, and they might compare themselves to the people they see on screen, and they're like, oh my god, they're like 50 but look how good they look. And it's like because but it's like, well, they have access to all this shit as well, and even them, they're doing the same thing. And it's like very much, I think the message is very clear that it's like, hey, like this is you, you know what I mean, like, and that's just part of like aging, my brother, like, you know, I think it's a
Yeah,
good message.
I agree. I think that there's a video that I saw online where it was like Jeffrey Dean Morgan and his wife in like 2000 something,
Hmm.
and then it shows them like 18 years later, bro, and they look even better. Some people were like, dude, they aged gracefully, and
I mean, low-key,
I think
that's
this,
what happens when you don't like fixate on like trying to stay young, and you just let yourself naturally like chill.
yeah, because when you do surgery, like you're literally killing your cells. Like
Yeah.
it's, I don't know, I wouldn't personally do it, and I also think it's very unfair. And it actually is a strength that this movie used a woman's perspective, is because men
Hmm.
usually when they age older are still getting parts, dude, like Brad Pitt,
Yeah, for
George
sure.
Clooney. So many actors are older and they still are kind of in their prime. Denzel Washington, they don't have the same
They never have drought. It's just like they're constantly
yeah,
getting roles, like
I
Leonardo
know. It's like there's
DiCaprio.
always a role for like an older
Yeah,
male.
I mean
Like
Tom
doesn't even matter
Hanks.
the race. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, that guy's got to retire, bro.
that dude's been in everything since he was like fucking 20 years old, bro.
Yeah. Get him out of here. He's an unk. No, I'm just kidding. Bro, he's like 70 something.
Damn, that's crazy. Actually,
Like, dude, let me fact check. He might be 66. Hold up.
this
I'm not about to be wrong.
this dude Nick's just throwing out accusations.
He's 68, so he's almost 70.
Okay, okay.
Damn.
This dude just threw him in the 70 already, bro.
Hey, 2 years off, bro. Might as well be 70. All right, was there anything else you got to say about the movie? I mean,
I
you
mean,
can't eat while you watch this, man. The third act is literally bloody for no reason,
it
bro.
very much reminded me. Have you seen Carrie?
I have not, but I know of the scene.
It reminded me a lot of that. Like in a way, it's almost like a reverse Carrie.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of
It's
is, right? It's almost like a fuck you.
yeah, and I feel like that was very much intentional. I think because that's an iconic scene from an iconic movie from an iconic book. You know what I mean? So
Dude, oh
it's
my god.
like how do you do that and not think of that as an inspiration. I think that's very much an influence for that scene. But yeah, I feel like overall, like I've said most of what I gotta say. I'm sure I'm forgetting certain scenes that happened, but like this movie is like 2 hours and like 20 minutes or something like that. Like, it's a long movie. I personally didn't feel it drag. I feel like it's paced pretty well. I think it continues to up the ante so much to where like I was just on the edge of my seat. I was like, I was
At the
locked in.
twerking scenes.
Oh, we haven't even talked about that. Yeah,
dude, those are so. I was embarrassed to watch those.
Nick
dude.
was bricked up, bro.
Dude, no, I wasn't, bro. I was like genuinely embarrassed. I was like, dude, is this what they think like the young people want to see like on an exercise show?
I mean, I'm sure that's what there are people. Some people probably do want to see that, bro. But like
she was literally twerking.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like if you think about it, it's like the hypersexualization of like women in the industry. Like, and it's been like that for years. Even like back when movies were more traditional, like they had like the femme fatale or whatever, where like it's like the woman who's like seductive and she's like
damsel in distress.
Yeah, there's been like eras, and it's always like been like that. And I think it's just gotten more sexualized as time has gone on because people have gotten more desensitized to everything. So I think that I think it's just, I think they purposely made it just so hypersexual in those scenes where she's recording her like workouts. I think it's very much meant to reflect how like not every movie, and not every person making movies is doing this, but for like a long time, and even still today, there's a lot of just, this is what they think people want to see. Because I mean, sex sells, I guess, but it's also very dehumanizing. And I think that was like the point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, also, there's also like people out there that like monetize on that.
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, think about
like especially how much, nowadays.
Think about how much money like Dennis Quaid's character probably got.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm talking about that, but like also women too that like
that's true
capitalize on their looks and stuff. Like either whether it's models or like I don't want to say it, bro.
I don't want to say it.
I'm not even gonna say it.
But yeah, anyway, I do think that this is. I think making this from a woman's perspective is like that. I mean, that's the only way this movie works. Like this movie like is definitely like top 3 for me this year so far from what I've seen. I'm pretty sure it's in my top 3. If it's not, it's definitely my top 5. But yeah, overall, I think I gave this a 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, because when I just thought back at it, I was like, damn, like I just thought about the amount of work that went into this, like the practical effects, like the way it's shot, because there's some good shots in here. The editing particularly is like very erratic and like kind of like not all the time, but I just think the whole thing together, I just like saw and I was like, oh my God, like this is like a full-on experience from every perspective, from like the writing, the performances, the message, the effects. Like it's just like got everything that like I just like, I can't give it anything less, in my opinion. Like for me, this was like a perfect movie.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I gave it a 4.5. And like, yeah, there's a lot of erratic shots. I think there's one where she's like about to go on a date and she keeps on putting makeup on because she doesn't think that she looks good enough.
Yeah.
And then she just starts like wiping it off her face. And I heard that they did like over 40 takes of that, dude.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
I mean, that scene is very like, oh my God, like, cause like she looks good, you know what I mean? And then what's even crazier about it is it's not even the fact that like the dude that she's going on a date with like thinks that she's like insane. Like he's literally like, oh my God, like I can't even believe that you're talking.
Oh my
to me
gosh.
right now. You know what I mean? Like, and like she could show up like looking like she doesn't have to put on makeup at all. She can go there like with her hair messed up, like, and this dude is still gonna be simping, bro. Like, and I feel like that's the point. Like they made the guy just head over like heels, like insane over this like girl, and she just keeps comparing herself to Sue, the other version of her, and it's just like, yeah, like, oh yeah, the by the end of it, when she's like pulling on her face pretty much, like oh my God, it's so like, that's like, I haven't seen Maybe there is a poster of that, but I feel like that's like a good poster and that really captures the
I
movie.
think there is a poster actually.
Yeah, as there should be.
No, yeah, that character that liked her just the way that she was, I think maybe kind of represents that part of like you know, he knew her early in school, like that,
That
like your
he like
younger part of
knows
yourself
her.
who was
Yeah.
content with who you are, and
Oh, that's facts.
even as she's older, he's like, you look the same, like you look so good.
Yeah, like he's like, you look just as like good as you did like the last time I saw you, which is
Yeah,
like,
and
yeah,
clearly, like Sue hates Elizabeth, like she hates her
yeah,
young. I mean, she hates like her older aging body, like she's over it, dude.
yes, sir.
And of course, you know, she crashes out at the end. Bro, the part when she beats up like the old Elizabeth is crazy.
Oh
Like I
yeah,
swear to God, she like Captain America kicks her across the room.
yeah. She like Spartan kicks her.
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, she like strong as fuck.
I don't know how the fuck that she didn't die sooner, honestly, because her body is so old and decrepit by that point.
I was surprised
It's
she lasted.
that's what I'm saying. When she did like the first blow to her, I was like, oh, she done. But I'm like, damn, like she tanked all that, bro. Like, oh my god.
She ate that. Let me get up. Let me get up.
God. But yeah. Anyway, this movie 100% one of my favorites of the year so far. What's the director's name again? She wrote this as well.
Coralie Fargo.
Hey, she's on my list now. I'm gonna be following what she does in the future.
Hey, I agree. It's crazy. Her first movie came out 2017, and then this took like quite a while to make. So
Yeah, it's
hey, you know,
definitely
some
been.
good
I mean,
films take
hey,
time.
I mean, yeah. If you want to like make a movie, you know, make it perfect, make it exactly what you want to be. You know, I can tell. Like this is one of those movies where you just watch and you just can tell that this took like so much effort. Like the amount of time and effort from so many people. It's like evident watching this. Like you only get that from like a few movies that like really stand out. Like Dune, for instance. Like that movie just looks amazing and like it's just like this is like a modern masterpiece. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
it's a 5 on like all levels.
Like the filmmaking levels on certain films, you can just see like the amount of effort and like time, love, and care that went into it. And I get that in this movie. Like that's what I'm getting from watching it.
I agree.
Nick,
Oh, there was one more thing. Oh, bro, no way you just did that to me. I hope that this movie wins best movie, or I guess best makeup effects at the Oscars.
Ooh, oh my god, yeah.
I think that it definitely should.
It should definitely be nominated, like for sure.
Hey, if it doesn't win, bro, it's rigged.
All right, well, hey, I think that's the review. Nick, do you got any closing statements?
I would definitely go see this, and it's a steelbook cop, man.
Oh, for sure.
That's where the rating's at.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for hopping in and listening on Spotify or if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow anywhere else, leave a review, leave a comment on if you saw this. What did you think? Let us know. And yeah, we got our letterboxes down below. If you want to go drop a follow, we'll follow y'all back. If you want to see maybe little hints of movies we might be reviewing in the future. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Goodbye.